Hi guys, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. I pulled some cards last night for the 12 signs, and my setup is Aries through Pisces. These are the underlying cards, with this being the top card across the top, and then this would be the next card. So we have fire signs, earth signs, air signs, and water signs, and then I have some summarizing cards over here to the right, which I'll get to afterwards. I did clarify these cards last night. The main cards were pulled at 11:59, the minute before midnight last night, so still in 7-2 for today. And so I clarified last night, which I'll show you in the pic that I post, but I'm going to re-clarify again. I already have the notes about the clarifications from yesterday. So I have the Rider-Waite Mini here to clarify, and that is the Universal Golden Tarot that's on the table. And so we're going to get into some of the clarifications here. So the summary of the underlying energies, which I'll get some from the mini deck too when I'm finished. But for the 12 signs, the Queen of Swords, she came up in the underlying for the mini deck as well when I did the first clarifications, both times as her upright and speaking her truth, with conflicts over, but some people still resisting the wake-up call and are still working too hard, or that resistance of the 10 of Wands. There's a bold move or travel to release possibly someone's child from jail, or to free your own mind about the need for money or assistance at the eclipse, new moon. The Queen of Wands and the King of Pentacles reversed, not moving forward or in chaos. Could be a loss of a car or money, ungrounded and stuck. The King of Pentacles reversed, with Queen of Swords talking about conflict, expansion, competition, Olympics, recovering in a practical way, orchestrating an opportunity after possibly feeling abandoned or left behind, feeling destitute in some way. But then the options presenting themselves, the synchronicities, the standing apart from the crowd, the radiating. Cancer running the show with eclipse, new moon, the sun in Cancer, and the North Node in Cancer, with focus on fire signs and earth signs in general. That's where the major arcana lists. Fire signs stuck in the mud a bit, letting go of negative thought patterns, but in need of transportation perhaps, or help with it, or money, and or a trip was canceled. Earth signs could be moody men with fire in their chart, stuck, but that the females are showing their power, but also may be coming off as secretive. Air signs may be talking a lot, overindulging, a little off balance, and water signs could be arguing over it, walking away, or taking time to think about it. So as we get right into the read, the Aries card there is the Seven of Swords. And in this deck, he feels, you know, for me, it's a lot more about shame and guilt than the liar, cheater, thief card, although he definitely can be. It's definitely... the Den of Thieves comes up from that card, as well as gypsies, tramps, and thieves, because it's like he's at a fair. So let's see what comes up on top of what I wrote already for Aries. And I'll tell you that in a moment. Okay. So for Aries and the Seven of Swords, why does Aries have that Seven of Swords with the Chariot on top? Why does Aries have the Seven of Swords with a Chariot on top? Okay, so we have three cards that pulled out: the Wheel of Fortune reversed, the Moon reversed, and the Four of Cups. So what I got yesterday was feeling guilt or shame and not wanting to go home. So feeling guilty about not wanting to go home and taking thoughts with them. Appears to have a happy family, but may have a big head and or going through an awakening, and may have taken them down a notch. This awakening, or their big head, may have taken the Aries down a notch, or ideas of their own and wanting to go it alone, not wanting to share intellectual property or thoughts, needs money to get out, but stuck at the moment. Connected to Taurus and air signs in general. And then with these new cards, it's, again, it's definitely the same kind of energies with the Wheel of Fortune reversed, kind of being stuck in the mud. So it's just a slowdown of things with the moon reversed there. It's just about the new moon eclipse. And having been offered love and having had rejected it. So maybe feeling or reaping the rewards of not having accepted the gift from God, that gift of love. So that's definitely coming up for Aries. For Taurus, let's see what comes up. Taurus is the Page of Swords. For Aries, could also just be grounding and integrating and feeling bored at the time, which is what boredom is for, grounding and integrating. For Taurus, we have the Six of Swords reversed, the Two of Wands, and the Justice card. And the Justice League came up yesterday too, so that might relate to them. And actually, the fourth card, both times I just pulled, a fourth card came up both for the same. Oh no, I'm lying. The first one for Aries, a fourth card wanted to pull out, but I'm not pulling more than 3 cards here, was the Three of Pentacles reversed. And now for Taurus, the fourth card coming out is the Five of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so Three of Pentacles reversed would be issues at work, and this could be issues with establishments of being left out of the group. Okay. So for Taurus, a lot of small talk, messaging and news, talking to kids, holding on loosely and saving for a rainy day, over isolating to eventually come out abundant, or to come out to an empress, which could be a partner, mother, grandmother, boss, or older friend, not telling people what they're up to, small talk mostly, spreading the word, covering for an Aries, and talking to or over a Gemini to get communication to Cancer. And Taurus and Cancer may be mirroring each other or just going back and forth. They could be on the phone with each other a lot, but without the Queen of Wands knowing, or kids constantly on the phone, and that's coming up for Taurus. Now we have the Six of Swords reversed, which is very much about not finding peace, being stuck in your emotions in choppy waters. And then we have a choice to make because we have the Two of Wands. You know, which path are you going to choose? And here he's holding on to the left, the divine feminine, the new. So then we have the Justice upright, which is good because that could be things settling out. It could be a court case finished and settled. It could be a divorce. It could also just be getting justice in whatever you're dealing with in conversations, and Libra energy associated with you. Okay. And then for Gemini, Gemini was like pretty powerful there. We had yesterday it was just the Magician and just the Wheel of Fortune. So Gemini, there's something you could have reached Magician embodiment, and I'm thinking specifically of someone in particular actually at this moment, which is pretty cool. With the Queen of Swords above it, which definitely associates with that Gemini energy again. So really speaking their truth and achieving Magician embodiment for somebody. Major Manifester, found the prize, divine timing, destiny, the cheese stands alone, feeling above God and on top of the world, may do a disappearing act because they're connecting to all. And the Queen of Swords speaks about it. Taurus spreading the word, and Cancer sending love to Gemini. So let's see what comes out now for Gemini, since that was so absolute yesterday. It was actually not yesterday, it was today. I did the main cards were finished at 11:59, and then all the clarifications were done from midnight to 12:07 actually. So let's see, for Gemini, why the Magician today? Wow. Check it out. The Lovers and the Nine of Wands reversed. This is the surrender. This is definitely someone coming into union. It's very clear for Gemini, which is very cool, actually. So, all right, so let's go into Cancer. Self-love, we have for Cancer that Ace of Cups, which definitely was upright energy, but we have the Five of Wands above it, which was really coming up more as reverse, like this is the calm after the storm. So for Cancer, self-love, spiritual love, new love, being still in the aftermath of spreading the word, news or messages after an argument, competition, or just change and expansion, taking time out to recover a bit. An offer of love to Gemini, and over Scorpio, who's walking away. Cancer could be a bit stubborn as well. but following their guidance and avoiding frivolous conversation. Connected to Scorpio and Sagittarius for Cancer. So let's see what comes up today. For Cancer, why do we have the Ace of Cups here? All right, so we have the Tower reversed and that Seven of Swords reversed. So, and by the way, yesterday the Lovers came up on Scorpio. So Scorpio may be connected to Gemini as well. And now, and again, Taurus here, you know, with the Justice, and here's Libra with the Hierophant. That could definitely be a divorce between Taurus and Libra. Could be a marriage as well, but there's more of that negative energy here. So, so for Cancer, we have the Tower reversed. I'm trying to, and so Tower is also going to connect to Sagittarius over here, but the Tower reversed. What was the Tower reversed on yesterday? I'm trying to remember. I think the Tower reversed was on Scorpio yesterday. So there's definitely a connection anyway between Cancer and Scorpio. But Cancer has the Tower reversed, so it's like in the aftermath of sudden events. Kind of just following their guidance and avoiding frivolous conversation, you know, just staying under the radar. But giving their love to this Gemini. And it's kind of, I'm like seeing this as a vacuum, like pulling this in the aftermath of an explosion. You know how like there could be then a vacuum that sucks everything back in. That's what I'm getting from that, which is really weird. I've never gotten that before. And someone could literally be vacuuming. Maybe we need to do some vacuuming. Maybe that's the energy of the post. I was just getting, besides post-eclipse, I was getting post-apocalyptic energies. So it's like post-traumatic war syndrome and all that kind of, or stress syndrome. It's like, you know, on TV when they speed things up over time. So you see things quickly, all of a sudden going in rewind, okay? So kind of rewinding, but doing it in fast motion. That's what Cancer is doing.